Today I'm going to talk about S, and to be honest, this review is going to be kind of short because this is the first of the 4 movies I watched, and that was about a month ago. So to pad that out, I'm going to make a couple announcements. I got a new camera, which I hope to be using soon. It was semi-gifted to me, but I don't have a micro SD card reader, so I can't record videos on it yet. Well, I can, I just can't upload them. But I think that's it. But S. Now, the reason I watched this first is not because I'd heard about it beforehand or anything and was like super excited like it was for Phantasm. I watched S first strictly because the title caught my interest. I mean, S. And if you watch the trailer, it actually says, "Don't say it, hiss it," which was kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of a cheap way to catch people's interest, but kudos to them for thinking outside the box. And honestly, it's not a bad movie. The characters are likable. The love interests are believable. There's a cheap post-production use of leaves to cover up some nudity. But the movie is a PG horror cult classic movie, which is an odd concept. Okay, sorry about that awkward transition. My memory card filled up. Yeah, that's personally my fault. I should have checked that. But back to the movie. Now, it wasn't a bad movie by any means, and the gimmicky name definitely caught my interest. But it was generally forgettable. This is oftentimes considered a forgotten or lost movie, not because it's like damaged or anything or disappeared. It's just that it's not that memorable. The story is about a herpetologist, which is like a reptile doctor, who is obviously up to no good. His lab assistant mysteriously goes missing, and his new one is looking like he's in for a world of trouble. Well, I don't want to spoil anything because I try and avoid that in my reviews. But you know he's up to no good. But by the first scene, there's clearly some shady dealings going on. But like I said, the characters are likable. The story and plot are okay and not predictable. There's not a lot wrong with the movie, it's just not memorable. And most of the stars were, and director were, not big name, and it kinda, most of them didn't go anywhere. But there was a guy from Cool Hand Luke in here, the guy that says, "Looks like we have a failure to communicate." He's in this movie, and he did a great job as a herpetologist. Very believable, shady villain that isn't too outright with his evil doings. And honestly, he wasn't really out to do evil. He was in it for the research, which is kind of nice. Kind of stereotypical, but it's kind of nice. And that's about it. Like I said, there's really not that much to say about this movie. PG cult horror movie, it can't be too gory. Yeah. And I know I look rather disheveled, and it's been a while since my last video. You might actually be wondering why I watched this one first, but reviewed it last. I was so annoyed after Funhouse that I did it first, and then I did them in the order on the box, and it took longer than I thought because I haven't been feeling well actually recently, which is why I look so disheveled. So yeah, well, that's my review for S. If you can find it, watch it on like a rainy day or something if you got time to kill. That's about it. See ya.